going on in the markets right now. Avinash has been waiting very patiently, listening to all the perspectives that have been coming in. Avinash, the brittleness of the situation of the economy, of the twin deficits, and indeed how the markets are perceiving it as well. How deep can the correction run with the rupee sliding the way it is? And one would expect that domestic demand is going to help matters and that the kind of spends that you would see, whether it's on the discretionary side or the staple side, that would kind of be a little more buoyant. But do you think that that will come into play right now, Avinash? What is really going to hold up the markets right now? How deep can the correction run?
I think, Vikram, clearly the two major headwinds continue to be the crude oil price trend and the rupee depreciation. I think on both these fronts, if crude oil prices go up and the rupee weakens, then I think the markets are definitely going to get beaten down further. I think there's no doubt that the current account and the fiscal deficits are definitely now running out of shape. The government needs to come out with some sort of a revital plan, and most importantly, RBI has also got to give some commentary on giving some kind of adequate support to the rupee. I think clearly no one expected the rupee to actually weaken further. In fact, in today's morning trade, the rupee had opened on a stronger note. I think clearly this kind of move is definitely a big negative surprise for the markets. And as long as the rupee continues to be weak, and looking at the kind of elections now scheduled for November and December, we are definitely going to see a volatile period, at least for the next couple of months.
All right, and Avinash, just quickly before we get on to what else is happening in terms of domestic markets, I mean, you'd see this kind of uncertainty around the rupee, potentially, of course, shying away further those FPIs. What is it that you're picking up? Because you can understand the kind of trajectory given where we are with this currency at the moment.
No, I think clearly, as I mentioned to you, the rupee is definitely now headed for levels close to about 75 odd rupees. And unless the RBI comes out with some sort of a strong buying support, it's unlikely that this rupee depreciation is going to stop. I think clearly the government has got a bigger problem on the on the current account deficit, which has been slipping away. The GST collections also, Fatima, have been quite below expectations, and on these grounds, I think a higher fiscal deficit number is something the markets would definitely not like when the next budget is unveiled. So I think overall the macro picture looks a bit challenging. I would believe that liquidity is also one big question mark. September inflows have been pretty good, but most of the market observers feel that October would be a right month to actually evaluate whether redemptions from SIPs could actually also trigger some sort of fall in the market. So I think now both these factors will have to be kept under watch. But overall, it seems to be a very volatile period. I think the only positives could possibly come from a better corporate earnings season.